the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
James Kwame Bonfe, doctor, a political analyst. Na in fact, okasa ewo kukruku jumedi kesiye so ewo Peace FM hosted by the legendary Kwame Sifakai. Now, in fact, no pay ewo kukruku discussion segment so James Kwame Bonfe makes an emphatic and brilliant statement and analysis on the whole Parliament declaration of vacant seats, majority, minority, brouhaha. Yeah, in fact, if we now watch you more debate na watch him. Enra, an interesting scenario so am na shebejo. Neni pa bebrebe hwe nyoma mi no. 1. Alban SK Bagman as Speaker of Parliament, etu anamobi in declaring some seats vacant by his own authority. Owiye no, Majority Leader Yura Alexander Afenyomakin the Nichirimu Ewo, the highest court decision-making body, which is the Supreme Court, Eko seeking for interpretations of various articles in the Constitution that emphatically states its point. Say anabonwa Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagwin 2 year no na enyina mraso. Ampeni ampa Supreme Court ruling by unanimously chere say anamonwa Alban SK Bagwin 2 ne nyina mra biaso. Enu ntine ye mokura ntunkuni baby. Na sedie na nyoma sitie, the NPP being the majority led by Alexander Afenyomakin, the NDC being the minority, ni nyina no ensign engo honom pepepe. Parliament was duly served by the ruling from the Supreme Court. The no abra speaker trans and here say obekin kan Supreme Court ruling no dey atoto ne de no a okeka ye no ho. Na afei no one man no kra no ada di e wo mrahye bedwam. Amagana de bia hu say he erred in his decision to declare those seats vacant. The one ya say the Honorable Speaker Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagwin Chirimu a Parliament indefinitely, in fact, I suspended sitting. Said Dien na ekoso wa anka hwe. But shockingly, during the sitting, he constantly referred to the Honorable Alexander Afenyomakin as the majority leader. And then I just Kwame Bonfe say, so be anka won woka say eni ye democracy ya ye enjoy. Nipa wa be the biggest threat to Ghana's democracy ne e abamba be. Yes, I'm ketwa. Kwame say fa kan or say debi Kwame mempene. I mean come myself. Backbone has become the greatest ever threat to our democracy now. E nchiremu ben ena Dr. James Kwame Bonfe de ba. I just say me ko bo audio no e ri chirema ti.
Say there were 275 seats in Parliament. And the Adiana Minia Atoforsen. All dim from Swa, Right Honorable Sumana Kingsford Bagwin, endangering the democracy of this country. And that's what the Right Honorable Speaker Kingsford Bagwin has become. A danger to democracy.
What do you mean by he's a danger?
Let me explain. Or say, you know, there are 136 seats on the for NDC sponsored members in Parliament. And here what 135 seats sponsored by the MPP in Parliament. There are 271 seats in Parliament.
Yeah.
Do we have a 271 seats in Parliament? Sorry, a 271 seated Parliament in Ghana.
I know about 275.
So what is he doing? This is what I mean by Adiana Wayeno or Magana. Because on to me declare seat be vacant. On to me my by election till December 7. And the Parliament bay and I say any time be end January 6 to 2025.
Current Parliament no seat ASA
275. And the why I say I 271 no. Sabi who this is Seniania. Kwame, you say we need to do ponche machi. And oponia jekun kan sembi. Ya tu anamo bia. Ya na mo tu onu timi ma ne ya no ne nyansa ntem ware dodo. danger in this thing. Kwame na de enwa.
Anything.
O kan ne nsem no wie ye no. The right honorable speaker, o wie ya. The effect of the now all ye no, a bit change the dynamics in the house now. Or to also refer to Apenyomark and say, or your majority leader and leader of the house. Senenya adwin bone any confusion and not they are. The effect of what he had done was that Apenyomark could no longer be majority leader in the house. Why did he continue to refer to him as such? Kwame, it was a needless, avoidable, and in many ways dangerous step. Now right honorable speaker Kingsford Bagway knew or ought to have known say it needs to course how and then there why and I will go share and ra wa wu say mo amako share okra no mu nru dodo a ese se mudi to anamo ade na ese se yedru ha. Why do we have to get here? I didn't know say yedru ha. Dey na Kwame ye pre to me dey ni ye den. Who sai say who be som and I say who sai say yen som wo. Ade na ye no. Ye dey agro no fin say Kwame, and I want to say this. There are many people in our politics and our political space who think that politics is about jokes. Ye dey agro bi.
Are they?
Oh yes. Na Kwame nya good dia. Adia wunim sa mamrei, and this is a man we suamrei wonim papa and ote abakosama say adia na oye no nim say who it can plunge this country into crisis. Anya nyame na ye adomo a adia na oye na ano no Kwame na nke di oye ne baba.
In what way? Ekwan beso.
Ya kai January 7 2021.
Yep.
Ya kai se nanu ya ayi entokwa ba parliament ba ko anomo ye 11 hon sensem ye pra obi. Moja 2 ye. Chama general. Sa na mo no kra onu 2 ye no. Woni say Supreme Court ka say na wa yam from so. There's precedence that right honorable Sumana case for Bagwin atu anamo Supreme Court amana hunu say anomo no otu ye no, it was against the constitution. Why you kun? O say ye no. Enti di okoye ye anne parliament aye di aye. Ode ye kon. Kwame when am di wie?
Me dear.
O hwe your national constitution ya. Kwame the preamble. In the name of the Almighty God, we, the people of Ghana,
Young Ghana for
say ye nim nyame bi, say ye nim ye yonko nipa bi. Na de ye no, say ya dwene mu, ya kuma mu. Ye fi say ene ye nyame ntam tene. Enti me kan hon mu Kwame o say the president article 57(2) shall take precedence over all other persons in Ghana, and in descending order the vice president, the speaker of parliament, and the chief justice shall take precedence over all other persons in Ghana.
Kahobium.
The president shall take precedence over all other persons in Ghana, and in descending order, the vice president, the speaker of parliament, and the chief justice shall take precedence over all other persons in Ghana.
Ain't he president, vice president, speaker of parliament, chief justice? 4 people. You need this one.
One more to so a swap for ministers no near the kaka. Enti ye wo ade your friend say equality before the law. E ba say ye di asem ewo me ne Uncle Otentemu a emra no nim say Uncle Ote ye me wo fa na me papa. Ohwe asem no ba bia da no de ato. Sa na tie eno no. Na chairman general, sa ni so e kire say ye nyina ye emra manti ye wo enyimfo chinye ebi di debi echi anase ebi di debi echi saa na akwakoye enti se ba ne se Ghana fo nyina ba behia mampani e wo nanim e chen ya ka nyina maka no awie no ya mamra yi Kwame
yes
o ma yeti ase se enkrabata hodo miensa mampani aso ye friend the executive arm mrache badwafie ye friend legislature eye atemuako ye friend judiciary obia wadwuma potin a ode mamra no de acha ne nsase wonye e ba no mra nchechemu a eye Supreme Court ena enyeme na make o Kwame oko article 2 of the National Constitution or say Ghana ni babia any if a person alleges that an enactment or anything contained in or done under the authority of that or any other enactment, B, any act or omission of any person is inconsistent with or is in contravention of a provision of this constitution, may bring an action in the Supreme Court for a declaration to that effect, not to Parliament House, but the Supreme Court.
Métier.
Anna Kwame, okay, Article 2 now. Or see the Supreme Court shall, for the purposes of declaration under clause 1 of this article, make such orders and give such directions as it may consider appropriate for giving effect or enabling effect to be given to the declaration so made. 4. Failure to obey or carry out the terms of an order or direction made or given under clause 2 of this article constitutes a high crime under this constitution for everybody and shall, in the case of the president or the vice president, constitute a ground for removal from office under this constitution. Your constitution is unambiguous about this. Article 130. Again, the power of the Supreme Court to interpret the constitution is further established there. Enti yedin komona se asenchemra nchechemu bi ebamu pe. Babia wo bia esese ko Supreme Court. Now Kwame is quite interesting the akoso wo mrahye Article 93. In fact, particularly 97 1G. Chairman General.
Gabi. That's a BIA
GNH.
Article 37 GNH.
97.
97.
And 99 1.
Parliament be a Ghana be a lifespan. To me, power be a Ghana be a lifespan. That's what this constitution has made it. And the Mampani, our friend of Ghana Mampani, no, or what break our dear Ghana Mampani, or Nya Mampani Afibor. Mrasaba Jafie, our friend of Mrasaba Jafie, no, Bia what ne bre or dear Jumana, ne fear to do obedi. And into a war parliament, and friend say the 8th parliament.
Which is this one?
Which is this one? Kwame. Enti ye can sama for sa parliament we ho a sa parliament we need to me so be kwakọ kasa fa parliament fufo bi ho ye yamra ye say ye nyamra to take effect in retrospect ye nyamra say onko hwe niema e course dadadansa na mra no ba ye yamra so ye nyamra so say emra no anamontuo enkonya effect on future incidents a enyensi ye. These are two things laws don't do or they cannot do. It's established. Classical locus. Now, Chairman General. Okay, 97 1G now. Or say, if he or she leaves the party of which he or she was a member at the time of his or her selection to Parliament to join another party or seeks to remain in Parliament as an independent member, it cannot be for a future parliament.
Twaso.
It is for this parliament. Now, somewhere down Munea Yeke, Anano, Kwame, we are in very, times, difficult times as a country and the world. We are seeing in our name. and nipa yankasa so yehu bie wom nti yepe anu ye yepe akanie yepe leadership ye de ahobrase abutre abodwochere ene sabi nyansa free nyame ho ene di tu anamo asamo ye kan wasem nei Kwame we shouldn't plunge ourselves into a crisis and leave say we will not have mediators nti asem bia beba bia no ye wo mpani abeka sabi osha yamamra yi article 1125 a man who quite say ultimate declare seat be vacant and I say see in fact you are only recognizing a seat when it is vacant by obi suban and omobi obietu okay 1125 na Kwame utu aswa ye 1126 or say notwithstanding clause 5 of this article a by-election shall not be held within 3 months before the holding of a general election.
Yeah, and it is a by-election bill.
Kwame. Parliament, by law, there were 275 seats.
For now.
Nobody can vary that number to 271.
I know Supreme Court never check.
They say nobody can. Supreme Court cannot even vary it. The number is a given. And when Parliament or a sovereign or a supreme, you are over Parliament to do.
That's the UK.
UK. Imagine from the throes of British colonial rule, such how our 1960 constitution was couched there, was more of a sovereign parliament. Now, Kwame, just a portion. Say, 1960 constitutional article 20. I say, the sovereign parliament. There shall be a parliament consisting of the president and the National Assembly. Why a few exceptions, which are fetters on the powers of parliament, i.e., in the maybe parliament in here was reserved for the people. The people will only decide in a referendum. And as the to ensure the constitution itself, parliament didn't finance and can't work quite biado. So what was once I can for the sole purpose of amending the constitution itself.
Okay.
Into them limitations if you are. Kwame, from what describe it or your parliament in these terms. 26. Article 26. Also, apart from the limitations referred to in the preceding provisions of this article, the power of parliament to make laws shall be under no limitation whatsoever. I'm not to meet you. It's not a Sir Parliamentary one day, somewhere 1960 Parliamentary. In Chama,
my parliament BKB no quarry.
No, my 191 in China, Moye, Yaquine, Yam. On this, since Kwame. Nsem-Pii Siwo First Republic. Nsem-Pii. Na obia obakan oye wo friend MPP and IGP. They can MPP and IGP. Oye wo friend Mbrebia no 1968. A champion Mbrebia Oshe which law was that? I think
68.
No, sorry.
What's the NRC?
Sorry. No. The law is 68. I think 68 was about NLC. Yes, about public order. It's the 1992 constitutional practice. MPP and such other groups, they wanted to exercise their right under Article 21 to demonstrate. Now, Embran at the time, 1992, when this matter started, the Embran at the time was that they needed to have explicit or express permission from the police under that law. And see, MPP, walk court. Na court na walking, tema, oye, wafana. Amwasechi JSC as he then was. Then some more kind. Na wada room Mabahacha in the bombazana fi mam wa kuma kakra
Makuma zimza ma me time na me to move famo.
yes fani ya kan mam wa da wum am wasechi Kwame na sama okan I say to sum it up, because what is ahead of me is plenty. To sum it up, I say, our 1992 constitution now you're operating until the 1960 constitution. The parliament was sovereign. Parliament or more in fact, there were cases in the war penned before quarter. Parliament in the course of the action, the course of proceedings, Parliament could pass or would pass a law just to render the proceedings, what will even be the word, of China case about a court reason. Parliament but pass law. Obama to continue the case was simply that the legs were simply not there for the case to continue. It was just to offer the case or render it moot. A case like Edusai, Balogun and Edusai, no yeza wa friend war pracha de obi wa kaya ada onye opposition person nti onyaga nnya wo pede wo deporting nti wo deporting na all the processes are wo hwe na wa ka the massam they passed the parliament at the time passed the law